Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
184 years ago, it was Sunday morning, March the 6th. San Antonio de Bejar was 8:45 in the morning. The Battle of the Alamo had been over for 2 hours and 15 minutes. What had happened is that over 2,000 Mexican soldiers had attacked a 4-acre compound called the Alamo and overwhelmed 183 defenders. All were killed. Travis, the hothead rebel from South Texas, and his volunteers on the south wall were killed. David Crockett, defending the parapet just outside the chapel, and his 12 volunteers were killed. The New Orleans Grays, the only ones with uniforms that day, were all killed in the low barracks. What did really happen? There was a 13-day siege of the Alamo where Sam Houston had told everybody to blow it up and leave. But that 13 days allowed for the runaway scrape in Texas, for all the residents to go east to the Trinity River and the Sabine River. It also allowed Sam Houston an opportunity to develop his ragtag militia into an actual army, where finally in April at San Jacinto, there was a final battle that won Texas's independence. Now you ask, why is this important to us as Toastmasters to know about this part of history? Number one, the fact that those people fought there are a real aspect of Texas being part of the United States. And the fact that we are free here to gather and do as we please as a group. The other is the fact that we had an attorney turned captain who was leading the forces at the Alamo, who was very eloquent. He wrote a number of letters. The most famous letter I will read to you, and if you want to actually see it in person, it's down at the State Archives in the Land Office. And he wrote before, to the people of Texas and all Americans in the world, fellow citizens and compatriots, I am besieged by 1,000 or more of the Mexicans under Santa Anna. I have sustained a continual bombardment and cannonade for 24 hours and have not lost a man. This is 7 days previous. The enemy has demanded a surrender at discretion, otherwise the garrison are to be put to the sword. And if the fort is taken, I have answered the demand with cannon shot, and our flag still waves proudly from the walls. I shall never surrender or retreat. Then I call on you in the name of liberty, of patriotism, and everything dear to the American character to come to our aid with all dispatch. The enemy is receiving reinforcements daily and will no doubt increase to 3,000 or 4,000 in 4 or 5 days. If this call is neglected, I am determined to sustain myself as long as possible and die like a soldier who never forgets what is due his own honor and that of his country, signed victory or death. So those words help us understand that we must first formulate a thought, put it into writing before we can deliver it verbally. Think about March the 6th, Sunday, 184 years ago, and the freedom that we have today.